Welcome to Steam and Soul, the podcast where heat meets heart. Stories from saunas around the world, from silent sweat to loud laughers. This is where people connect, relax, and open up. Take a breath and let's dive in. So welcome for another episode of Steam and Soul. Today's guest, someone who has not only impressed audience with the artistic Aufguss performance, but has also earned her place at the top of the Italian sauna scene. Twice a national show Aufguss champion in 2022 and again in 2025. She brings beautiful mix of precision, creativity and calm power to the sauna stage. She's part of the Andreus Golf Spa team and was mentored by Aufguss world champion Heli Haller. Please welcome Sarah Niederkofler to Steam and Soul today. Hi Sarah, welcome.
Hey Matthias, hi, how are you?
I'm good, I hope you're also good.
Yes, thank you. And hello everyone who is listening today to this podcast.
So I hope you're doing great. You're in South Tyrol, correct?
Yes.
Nice, a beautiful place. So I would say let's start, Sarah. Maybe you can introduce yourself to the audience. Who are you, Sarah?
So my name is Sarah Niederkofler. I'm from Italy, from South Tyrol. I'm 29 years old and now I'm working like a sauna master for like 10 years. And I'm also like fitness trainer. I'm working in a 5-star hotel in the Andreus, like a fitness trainer, fitness coach, and I'm also doing the Aufguss.
Nice. So what was first? Was the Aufguss first or was the fitness trainer first?
At first it was for like a half year basic Aufguss. Then I started my fitness trainer coach school at Innsbruck for like 10 months. And then I went to the hotel Andreas to Heli to work with him.
Nice. And how did you start with sauna when you're saying that sauna was the first one? So how did you start and where did you start?
It was not my first opinion to go like for sauna. I was more focused for fitness. So I did like a girl always sports. I did for like 8 years martial arts. And for me, it was important to do something with sports because I did the school for the office, but it was for me too boring. And my mother worked in a 5-star hotel where also Armin Pleikner was working with her. And she told me that there is this wellness trainer where you combine sauna and fitness. And I was like, so, okay, let's try this, let's do this. I will just do sauna a little bit. For me, important was more the fitness part. And I hated sauna. So the hot things, also my parents were with me the first time in Therme Erding, and I could not understand that they were doing like 4 or 5 Aufguss afterwards and they were smelting and I was like, so this is for me like hell. So I was like, okay, after school I needed for like a half year, this 10 months of work, I will ask if they have some place left for me so I could work there. And they told me, yes, you could. But at first I started more like in the bar, but I had never been doing something with bar. I didn't know either what was an espresso, an macchiato, anything. And then afterwards I did the fitness trainer school for 10 months. And afterwards I searched for a job and also just like for... It wasn't even planned that I wanted to go to Andreas, but I just asked for any different places if they need someone. And then Andreas was calling me and asked me if I would like to join them only for 3 months. And in the end, it became 10 years now.
That's really nice. So you hate sauna at the beginning, but what was the turning point? So when did you then decide also that a sauna job is nice? Because if you don't like sweating and something as a sauna master, you're closer to the heat sometimes than the customers.
That's a really, really nice question. And now also to think about it behind, I don't think that I will find the exact point. Because also when I think about my first Aufguss, it was horrible. I think if there would be come other Aufgussmeister and have the same experience as me, they would have never been saunameister.
Now I'm curious, but what happened? Well, what happened in your first Aufguss?
So, like I already said, I wanted to learn like an Aufgussmaster, but they didn't have any need of an Aufgussmaster, so they put me into the bar and into the kitchen. For like 2-3 months, I have been working there, and then on my the where you can go to eat, where you have lunch, I went down, and the boss came to me and asked me what I'm doing here. And I was like, now it's my half time where I can eat something. I'm going to eat. No, no, no. Now in 5 minutes starts Aufguss. You have to go. But I don't have anything to wear. I don't have any clothes for the sauna. Yeah, the boys will give you something. Yeah, but boys and girls need a little bit of different clothes. So I need maybe also a top or something. Yeah, you will find something. So they put me into the sauna. They didn't even show me any waving techniques. They just gave me a towel in my head. And I had to do the Aufguss with another sauna master who was famous to do the most hottest Aufgusses from this place. And the essential oils were the first round eucalypt, the second round peppermint, and the last one eucalypt peppermint.
Wow. Ooh.
And
Refreshing.
The ice balls were bigger than my head.
Okay.
And there were like for 70 people inside. And he was doing the announcement. Then he put the water. He had some gloves on. Me, I not. I didn't got some. And then I had to wave. So please do me a favor, if you know someone from your family, like mother or father, give them once a towel in the hand and tell them they have to do now an Aufguss for like 12 minutes waving.
So what did you do? I couldn't. I think when I had my first towel in my hand, it could be similar. So it was, I don't know. It never looked like waving. So I think my first parachute, it was like, okay, I'm moving a towel from up to down, but not more, not less. It was not stable, nothing, no air, nothing.
I didn't even knew a parachute. I didn't even know nothing. It was like just like waving
But
with my hand.
what did you do? So what was the move you showed the guests at this moment?
Just up and down and from the
Okay.
side to the other side, and I was just like moving, and I did one round, and I was standing in front of him, and he was like pushing me inside, and he said, now you go to the other side. And it was like for 30 seconds, and I was like looking at him, and I was like, can I now please go? Can you do something? But he was doing nothing. He was just putting the easy things, let's say, putting the water and the ice balls on. And the rest, and they were like, really, the sauna was full. 70 people were in front of me and were expecting something. So, yeah.
Okay, maybe not the best start, but it sounds like really cold water. They're throwing you
Oh, yes.
in the
Oh, yes.
situation. But how did you survive the heat when you're saying that he was the guy with the hottest Aufguss ever that he was doing there?
I think I was so concentrated about what to do with the towel that I didn't even notice the heat. So.
But respect that you stayed and that you continued and that you don't give up after this first experience.
I would
Okay,
like to have a video of this Aufguss.
I could imagine. I could imagine. But what happened then? So after this first experience, you were like down and said, "Well, sauna never again," or how was your mood afterwards?
No, I'm let's say a person who is really ehrgeizig.
Competitive, yeah, okay, yeah.
So I wanted to learn it also a little bit, and also to say, okay, I can master this, I can do this alone. And then there were the other work colleagues who started to show me a little bit of techniques. We just couldn't do the 4 basic techniques, so there was no pizza, no throwing, no anything. It was really, really basic. But I wanted to do like with the dance combined, a little bit of music with the rhythm, something like that I wanted to combine. And so it started.
Okay. Who was training you? Also or from who did you learn the first moves and how did you also like celebrate an Aufguss? It's more than waving a towel, I think, and pouring water in the oven. So who teach you how a ritual is built up?
So at first it was like Werner and Brian in the Confir, and afterwards there came Helly. And from Helly, I started to learn everything of the show technique, and also from Helly, I got a lot of passion and everything to go to the championships and everything. So let's say Helly was in the end my big mentor.
Interesting. So for the audience, maybe Haley was the World Championship 2011, one of the first people who won the World Championships. And it was also the time when the competition was started. So you start 10 years, you said it must be around 2015. So it was also, I think, 2, 3 years after the first competition were happened. So it was really early bird, I would say you were at this
Oh,
time. And
yes.
also then in this area, Kron 4 and all these nice terms you have there, there's a lot of high quality, I would say. I was experienced when I was there. So, and with Hedi, I think you had a good coach, or how was it? How could I imagine? Also, did you start with the classics and then did show, or how was it for you? Maybe you can give us some insights. That would be interesting, also for me, because I'm starting also now these show techniques. I only trained the basics now, and now next is show, but I not really know how to start, to be honest. So maybe you can give me and the audience some tips.
Let's see, for me and also for the other people and the mentors and everyone was at first really, really important, the basic things, because I think sauna is still about to give some heat and to do these things. So it was started with basic, then slowly it also started with the modern classic, because before there didn't was any word for modern classic. It was like basic or show, and there was only, let's say, the pizza. And if you throw the pizza once, it was like, so, wow. So, and then it slowly came with all these techniques and with 2 towels, and it got more, let's say, complicated. But I think it's also important to concentrate on the basic modern classic techniques and not only show.
What is modern classic in your understanding? Maybe you can explain this, how you define modern classic.
Modern classic is really, really interesting and also now a little bit difficult to explain just by speaking, but I think you can put more elegance also inside, especially as a woman. So with modern classic, you change more from 2 hands to 1 hand. You're doing like a little bit of turns and everything, but you're not just throwing and looking after the towel. Where is it now, and where do I have to catch it? So you can just keep it with the eye contact with the guests, and that's also what I like. You still give some heat, you just have still the connection with the guests, because if I'm doing only show and only throwing and catching, which is also really nice, but I think you're losing a little bit the connection with your guests, with your ambience, which is the most important thing here in the sauna for the Aufguss also.
Okay, so is it then also that you get dressed in the modern classic? So you're wearing some costumes or something, and then you're using some music, I think, or?
Yeah, exactly. So not like a costume for a show Aufguss, but I think also for the ladies, you can just put a little bit a nice dress or something. So I think there you can just put anything where you feel yourself the most beautiful and well, let's say.
Okay, interesting. Cool. So, okay, and then you also developed the show. And when did you start, or when do you decided to say, hey, I would like to go also for competitions and something like that? When did this started?
I think this was like 2, 3 years after I started to work to the Andreus, and I have seen always that Heli was participating in everything, and he was also the person behind me who said, "Hey, come on, just try it, you will see." And it's also more the thing before the championship. It's not just only the championship, but you're doing a half year preparation for these things, where you try to put some force in this behind, and also to try to do some new techniques. You're thinking more about it, because you could do your Aufguss like I'm doing like 5 days in the week. I could do every day the same thing. But for a championship, then you have a little bit something where you have to go. And there you want to show all which you did the last half year, let's say.
That's a really nice picture you're describing. I would like to understand a bit the way behind. So, how did you start personally with a show, of course? Where did you start? Is it the music? Is it the team? Is it, I don't know, the oils or the what? Where's your starting point?
So for the show Aufguss, for sure, for me, is it at the beginning the team. So you have to choose a team, what you would like, also where you feel the most confidence, where you can say, I can represent this with my personality, with anything that speaks to me. So this is the first important thing for me. Then I will choose the music, because if I don't like the music or the rhythm, then there is for me no really good Aufguss. And then slowly, you have to choose a little bit more of the smell. Which mood do you want to bring which round, and also the costumes. And then you try to do it in the sauna and have a look at it. Okay, how long do I need to put the water on? How long do I need to change myself the clothes? And so slowly, it's getting to an end, let's say.
And how did you then decide with the towel waving? Also, that would be interesting. So you have a team, you have a topic, you have music, and then how you do decide which moves you will do? Is it like a choreography that you really do move after move and then you are repeating it? Or is it more a feeling that you listen to the music and then you feel it? Or how is this working?
For me, it's more, let's say, feelings. But before I train, I listen to the music and I feel myself, okay, there is something high, there is something low, there I could do this and that. So before I think about a few techniques, but it's not a lot, where I want to do this and this time. But the rest is just going and flowing, because I can also train it in my sauna as much as I want. But when I go then to Aquarius, to the Italian Championship, the sauna is completely different. So maybe I need more time to go there or something. So I want to be more like free and just listen to music.
Okay, so that means, if correct me, please, you set up some highlights. Maybe okay, there's a nice pickup, so I can do a throw, or there I can do maybe the two towels, or maybe an open tile or something that it also fit a bit to the story and to the music, or because you also have to act. And this is, I think, for me, it would be the difficult part during the waving and everything, have an interaction, also acting. So how did you then act, or did you start acting or teaching yourself? I don't know. Also it's hard to describe it in words, how you combine then the acting to your story. How could I imagine that?
That's right. I think it's just that first you have the storyline and then you try to do it, and there you can't be like shy or something there. This is also the important thing, that you choose also a story which represents you, or where you feel something. So I don't know if now I tell a story about love, but deeply I have a broken heart. There I can't convince the other people that I'm happily in love. So I think somewhere you just have also this feeling inside of you which you're putting outside, and then you have just to do it and to try. And other people have also a lot of background in the theater or in the ballet or something. I didn't unfortunately had this, but you have to try, and yeah.
Did you do some courses or something, or was it really try and error? So trying, and also with like you have Haley or other people that maybe gave you feedback, or
No, it is really only trying.
okay. That motivates me now. Okay, cool.
You can
What
do this,
was,
but yes.
yeah, maybe next year, we'll see. What was your first show? What was your first show, of course? Could you
Was
remember?
not Yeah, it was not really show, because until there I didn't not understood that you have to bring a really story. It
Okay.
was just that I was a girl, a fairy in the woods. So that was my first championship. So
When was it? Could you remember the year?
no.
Oh, good. Okay. No worries. Okay, but maybe from the style, do you have a special team where the most of your shows are maybe categorized, or is it more like because you say a lot of things that the elegance is really important for you, and I can confirm this when I saw you this year in the competitions and saw your Aufguss, but we will talk later for your performance this year. But what is maybe your or the soul? Let's take this word for your show Aufguss. What is important for you to have it?
Yeah, how did you say it was for me important to bring it a little bit more in the elegant way also. You can do it fast, you can do it slow, but I think the Aufguss show is not just only like the freestyle, this battling, but you still have this connection with all the guests and with all the people. And I'd like to look also to the people in their eyes, in their faces, to see also which emotions they are now taking. And I think with some elegance and with some turning arounds, we can just keep these things.
It's interesting. Okay. Then maybe you can tell me what did you do in your first winning competition, 2022? What was your Aufguss there? What was the story? And maybe you can tell us a bit behind. Where did you choose or why did you choose it? And what was then the story you're telling during the 3 rounds?
So the theme was the mirror of your soul, which is also a true story. And it's about a girl, the Margaret, and she was already married to the first husband. But in this year, in this time, it was not used that you're leaving your husband, but he didn't treated her so well, so she chose to leave him and went to another city. And she was also, who was a painter. She was painting. And she didn't start to have any jobs, and so she went to the street to paint. And there she met her new husband, who was also painter, but he didn't do the paintings as good as she did. And when they sold the first painting, they were asking who did it now paint, Mr. or Mrs. And then he was like, it was me. So he was more convincing her, yeah, because you're a woman, it's not good enough. It's better if I am the painter, let's say that I am doing it. And so his career over her name started, but she was in front, closed doors, painting for him, and he was in the public outside. I am the big painter. And this came for years and years and years until she couldn't anymore stand in. So she went to the, how do you say, to the Rechtsanwalt and
To the lawyer?
to the lawyer,
Yeah.
and in the end she won everything. So she won against
Wow.
him, and that's in the end. I liked it very, very much because I think it's still not a problem, but it's because I think it's really still a thing in the world that sometimes the women stand behind and the men take all the respect and the win for something that maybe the woman is doing.
Wow, it's a really deep story. Wow. Is it based on a movie or where did you get the story?
Yeah, it's a movie. It's a
It's a
movie.
movie. Okay. Interesting. Cool. Really cool. And what did you choose for oils? Could you remember to transfer this? Because it's a really deep message, and I think it was not a funny Aufguss, if I can say it like this, or I think it has a lot of emotions, I could imagine.
At the beginning, it was juniper with
Jennifer?
orange. Second round, I can't remember now, but the last round, it was Lorbeere.
Okay.
How do you say it in
Nice.
English? Lorbeere.
That's a good question. I will check it up later and will put it in the notes. Good question. I don't know.
So, and in the end, this is also the symbol for winning. So
Ah, okay.
I chose it for that because also when you have been in the Römischen Reich and everything,
Yeah.
Julius Caesar,
Oh, yeah,
Lorbeere was
true.
the thing for the symbol for
For the
winning.
crown. Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Mhm.
True, true. And how did you come to the story? So was it like you saw the movie and say, "Hey, I would like to do this," or how did you find this idea? Where did it come from?
There is a really, really nice woman, an Italian lady, who came to me and said, like, you have to do something special. I know there's something. Just have a look at this movie and then we will talk about it later.
Okay.
And there,
And
and
then
there
you came to her and
I
then you talked, hey,
yeah, then I gave a look to the film and I was like, so, wow, that's really, really nice, but I don't have any plans. How do you put all these things in only 15 minutes in the sauna? And then she started to help me, and yeah. And so there was also
and
the beginning for a nice friendship.
nice. And how did you transfer the message now? Also, what did you do? Maybe you can guide us a bit through the story. Now you told the story, the background. So what did you do in the 3 rounds? Also, what was maybe the acting part, or maybe also what equipment you were using to show, especially that what you were describing before?
So I had in the background because we don't have any video or anything at the Italian
Hmm.
Championship. So I had someone, I asked a friend who was speaking really, really nice English if he can do like the reporter. And so he was telling my story when I came inside, and then I ran outside because I was hiding away from my first husband. Then I came inside with another language, and he was telling that I went to another city, and there I started to begin because I didn't find any new job. And there I had two like Staffelei where you put the paintings on.
Hmm.
And there was one for me, Margaret, and one for a new husband for Walter. And there I put it also like other voices that you could hear him, that he was talking to me, and I was also talking to him with behind. So these were, let's say, the things that you could also understand what is exactly happening in the story.
Hmm. Cool. And how was then the last situation when she won in front of the court against her husband? How did you show this moment?
I said it in the end that these were the only things that for Margaret were really important, her daughter and also her paintings. And in the end, she managed to leave everything both in her hands, her paintings, which represented the mirrors of the souls, because she liked
Hmm.
to paint always like people, children, animals with big, big, big eyes. And for her, it was like the representing of the mirror of their
Cool.
souls.
Nice. That's a really cool story. Sadly that I didn't saw it. Maybe you have recorded
Yeah.
and can show it someday.
Or in life.
Good. How was the win? So it was the first time that you also then went to the World Championship, right? So it was the first
Yeah,
year.
exactly.
How was it? Maybe you can describe it. How was the feeling and the emotions? What did you feel?
I didn't even expect anything, so I didn't even expect it that I went to the podium, neither that I became the first place, and I was really, really crying. I don't know, like for a half hour just crying. I didn't realize anything. And then it was also really unbelievable that I could pack my luggage and go the first time to Holland, to Termebuslo, to the
Hmm.
World Championship.
And how was the experience there? So then, as you said, the first time, okay, national. I think you know all the competitions from the last years for sure. And then you went to Holland to see all the other Aufgussmasters from the other countries. How was the experience for you?
It was really, really next level because the sauna was bigger and bigger for 200 and 300 people. And
Hmm.
also the stove was really big. So I'm, let's say, a little bit a big woman, but the stove
Hmm.
was like just to my stomach, to my chest. So I was like, so,
Hmm.
"Whoa." And there you have to handle it everything by yourself. When you're in team, then it's really, really nice. But whew, to put everything in 15 minutes, but also the time was flying so fast. It was really, I was starting the Aufguss. I was just standing outside, and the Aufguss had already finished. And I was like, "What? How did it just now happen?" So it was really fast.
Nice. That was a good point what you were saying. So the size of the sauna was much bigger, and I think that will also happen this year with the new sauna dome in Aqua Dance with 350 people around. So what is the biggest difference from a small sauna, or to transfer the show from a smaller sauna to the bigger cabin? What is the biggest challenge for you as a sauna master?
I think it's once the timing, because you need to put more water, more ice balls, more smell and everything. So you're losing there a lot of time, but you just have still to wave. You have just to put the smell to everyone, to give everyone the heat. Don't forget the angles. And to do something classic, modern classic show, and then also to do the acting, to change your clothes. So it's, you have to do more steps, you have to go more, you have to work, make all the rounds. So I think the timing, and also you have to act more, that everyone is seeing you, because you see more like a tiny mouse or something, because there are 300 people, let's say, and not just like 50. And also the speaking, you have still to speak more and louder and more with confidence, because you are present. They're like looking for 100 eyes just on you.
Yeah, okay. Thanks a lot. That's really interesting to hear, but I could imagine also the equipment. Do you have to adjust your equipment also a bit
Oh
to
yes,
the bigger
oh
sound?
yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so of course, for like let's say the water and the ice balls and the ice and everything, and if not for I have just a tiny picture, okay, everyone will see it. But there, with the sauna is so big, like a Colosseum, there you also have to put everything in giant versions.
Yeah.
But what also nice is there sometimes or often they also have the screen behind, so you can also work a lot with video.
Ah, okay. So did you work with video then in the World Championship 2022? Did you adjust
Yes.
your show? Ah, okay.
Yes, yes. Not too much, because I think otherwise the guest doesn't know where have to look, and also the jury. Where do I look? To the screen, to the girl, to the smell, to the heat. So I think if you have more things inside, it's more difficult also to concentrate to the things you want to see, smell, feel.
I would absolutely agree. Also, I was in Buslo last year to the VM, and it's sometimes hard to observe everything because the sauna is so big, and if you're looking to the screen, you miss the sauna master at that moment. You could not do both. That's
Yeah.
impossible at some points, and absolutely correct that you don't overdo it, that the people are still focused on you at the end, because as you said, you're the actor. And you are the focus point for the people at the moment. And you also have to take care about the people. That's also a lot of people forget. It's still an Aufguss. It's a show, but it's still an Aufguss. And everything
Yes.
what an Aufguss needs have to be there. But really cool. Okay, 2022. And then you were 10th place in the World Championship. I think that's a great result. Top 10,
Oh, yes.
2022. So congrats from my side. 3 years late, but better late than never.
Thank you.
And did you compete the years after as well, or did you make a break, or what happened after you were the Italian champion 2022?
No, I competed. But I unfortunately couldn't. Whew.
Reach the first three spots to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go to the podium so that you could go to the VM. But I still wanted to participate. Like I also said, it's not just only about the competition; it's more about the things you do before. And also, if you do a Aufguss, it's not lost, because I can still do it at my working place. I can bring it for the guests at home, or when I go somewhere else. There's still an Aufguss which I will never lose a story.
That's a really good point. So that means you're doing this Aufguss still in Andreas sometimes, or
Yes.
every week, or how often you are doing
No,
your
not
show
every
Aufguss?
week, because unfortunately we don't have so much time to prepare all the things for show. So maybe for the important things or for the special things or when we have a lot of guests who are coming frequently. So maybe I will do this Aufguss like 4 or 5 times in the year, not every single week, because afterwards it would just a little bit like ugh,
Yeah,
that you can't hear anymore the music or the storytelling. So I want to keep it a little bit something special.
good point. Yeah, fair. And as you said, the preparation and it's in the normal business day, it's not the place for so many shows. That's true. But maybe because we are talking on Andreas, we forgot this at the beginning. So, Andreas, what are you doing for Aufgusses? Is it more show what you're doing in the day-to-day business, or is it classic or a modern classic? So when I come to Andreas, what could I expect as a guest?
So let's say I'm doing every day something else, and that's also really, really nice. Not just to doing only show Aufguss or not just doing only classic Aufguss or relaxing. So let's say in winter we have 5 Aufgusses. In summer we reduce to 4 Aufgusses because it's a little bit too hot and the people are also more in the mountains. They are not in the hotel.
Yeah.
In the winter we start with the first Aufguss, which takes like 30 minutes. It's a really, really nice Aufguss because it starts only to 45 degrees and ends with 65, 70 degrees.
Sounds nice.
Everyone gets from us, let's say for the head to rest, it's made of wood, which is also ergonomic. So when you turn your head to the left or to the right, or you put it straight, then it's going with you, which gives you a little bit more relaxed head. And there everyone can lay down because we have a sauna for like more than 100 people. So when everyone is laying down, we have places for 32 people, let's say. And there we're doing more like a Klangreise, a relaxation. We can also do it with the singing bowl, so with the smoke ritual. So there we keep it a little bit open because everyone is doing something different every day. Then we have the modern classic Aufguss, where we are doing some tree music which the Aufgussmeister likes with just a normal outfit where he or she does feel comfy, and does a normal modern classic Aufguss where also you can throw sometimes, but it just could keep it a little bit more less than the show, that we have a little bit of more increasement, let's say, than in the show Aufguss. Then we have 2 show Aufgusses, which are a little bit more, let's say, the hottest, where we have a story, a theme. Sometimes we are doing it together, so we are 2 people. Sometimes also in winter there are some ex-colleagues which are coming to visit us, so we're doing also in 5 or in 4, 5, 4, 6 people. We already did with Daniel and Rob Kaiser and with everyone. This is also really, really nice. There are sometimes we do some party Aufgusses like the Tiroler Aufgusses, which also enjoy our German guests a lot.
Is this a special thing at Tiroler Aufguss, or is it made by you or from the Andreas, or is it a thing in South Tyrol?
It's a common thing in South Tyrol, and they love it really. So we are also putting some Williams on the stove and
some liquor. Okay, got you. Okay,
always mixed with water. Please always mix with water, otherwise we have some fire inside the sauna.
Okay.
But it's
so
really
this
nice.
is the special South Tyrol Aufguss with beer and with liquor and okay.
Yes.
Is there special
Andreas
music?
Golf
Also regional music or folk music or something? Or what music?
Yeah, it's like I think a lot of people know, or let's say the German, Austrian people, Andreas Gavalier or the Elegance.
Okay, got it.
There's so many music possibilities which you can use, and the people, they love it. They really love it, and we also put what the cows have on their neck. I don't know how to say it.
The bell, yeah.
The bell, putting the bells inside and giving to the guests so they can ring during the
Really?
The bells. Yeah,
nice.
Give them some pets,
Cowbells and interesting. Okay. I have to join. I want to
Oh
experience that.
yes,
It's normally not my style of Aufguss, to be honest. I really prefer a bit more the calm and the silent
yeah.
ones. But for sometimes it's really nice to do party in the sun.
Not
Okay.
every day, but sometimes it's
Yeah.
really nice. So
For special
and
occasions, for sure. For sure.
for birthday or something, or
Yeah.
like that, when there are some day the same guests inside, they wish for it. So it's really nice.
Okay, cool.
And
That was,
in the end,
yep, sorry. Sorry.
sorry. And then we have in the end relaxing Aufguss,
Hmm.
so that the people calming a little bit more down for a dinner. This Aufguss takes normally 12-13 minutes, let's say, and there the temperature starts with 75 degrees.
Cool. Okay. Also, are you also doing some other rituals, like steam bath rituals or something else? Or only like in the big sauna you were talking about?
No, after Corona, we did only in the big sauna.
Hmm.
We did it before. We did it also with peelings, with honey, or in the steam bath. But then it's with Corona, it was a little bit more difficult with all the places, with the space inside the sauna. And there we said, okay, now we have the big sauna. And if there are coming like 30 people, but there's only place for 25 people, why don't I do it at the beginning in the big sauna so everyone has its place and can sit comfortably without having the sweat of some unknown people on their body?
Hmm. Yep. Okay. Cool. Thanks for that. Maybe a small excurse. And now I would like to come back to your Aufguss this year and the national championships. You have to correct me, but I think the name was Doriana. Was it correct?
Yes, yes.
And it's also based on a true story. Oh, I was a bit deep diving, and I did not know it, but this is a true story. But it's a book from Oscar Wilde. Is it correct?
Yeah, yeah, not a true story. So
No, but
fortunately, there was nobody.
no, but you know what I mean. Also, you got it from the book, the inspiration for your stories, correct? Or
Yes, yes,
cool.
yes, yes, yes.
And before you maybe tell the audience what you did, because I saw you, of course, I was at the Italian Championship and I really loved it. And I can absolutely agree, your elegance. And what I really loved was the connection you were creating to the people. So that's mostly what I'm carrying if I'm going to an Aufguss, especially also show that people still are acting, but not celebrating themselves, sondern still doing an Aufguss for the people. And sometimes I'm missing that in show Aufguss, that people are more celebrating themselves. But when you did your Aufguss, you celebrate us or the audience, not yourself. And that's why I
Yeah.
really loved your Aufguss and also the story. But now it's on you to tell the people what was the story and what did you do, because I saw it and I will step in if I have to add something what I was highlighting for me. But first of all, the stage is yours, please.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Matthias, for the compliment. So it's normally of the book of the Dorian Gray, but I call it only Doriana, so that nobody in the beginning understood exactly what I wanted to do, so that it's also a little bit like, oh, what is coming there? So that there's also a little bit of surprise. And I also wanted to do it more in the modern times, which is like this, because I think every girl has also to struggle now a little bit with all the influencer and the Instagram and TikTok trends, where everyone is giving his best, but you never will see the sad or the bad things, let's say, about it. And every girl, I think, will then vergleichen,
Compare
to
themselves.
compare them with this other girl. And this was also my starting, so I also wanted to keep in South Tyrol. So I am a simple girl which is coming from a farm from South Tyrol with cows and everything. And for the parents, it's really important what you do, that you be honest, that you're also working for something, and that you earn your money because you worked. You worked hard, you worked honestly, you are also a honestly person, and then you are also a beautiful person, not just by the outside. And Rihanna just dreaming about more because she's so fascinated about this influencer. And one day there is a photographer who is coming to her village and is so fascinated about her that he wants to do a photo shoot about her. And one day he's gifting her this picture. And she's so fascinated about it that she's wishing that she would look like this forever. Why couldn't the picture getting old and not she? So she would even sell her soul to the devil. And without really knowing it, and by touching the portraits, her wish is granted. And oh, sorry, Matthias, that's my dog.
Oh, good. That's
Alarm,
good.
alarm.
You also want to say something. He's now in the podcast.
She has also to tell us something.
Oh, it's a she. Oh, sorry. Okay. What's her name? What's her name?
Kira.
Kira. Okay. Hello, Kira. Welcome.
And there she also loses a little bit her empathy and everything, and she gets a really, let's say, crazy bad person. And in the end, she's returning at home after some years, 40, 50 years, and she's saying everything, her friends, ex-friends who have some families, who did something with their life. But Doriana did doing only party with men and women, so she was like living her life, but it was not the true life. And also her parents were gone and everything. And then she looked to the portrait, and the portrait was really, it represented her soul. So it was really like a monster, a zombie. And there she understood what she did and what she also became, but just not on the outside, just on the inside.
And then at the last moment, I can remember you when she was saying in front of the mirror and she was seeing the true picture, correct? Was it the ending? Yeah. And then you has also some really nice words at the end. I could not remember them, but do you know what you said at the end? Maybe you can repeat because it was a really nice message, as you said, because nowadays I'm for sure it's still a topic that people only are influenced by everything is nice, but the life is not everything is nice. And maybe if you want, you can repeat it because I really liked it.
The beauty fades, but kindness remains. The only mirror that matters is the one inside you, inside your heart.
It's a really nice one. Maybe I take this for an Insta reel. It's a really cool one. If you allowed it, that's really nice.
Yeah, of course.
Really cool. And what oils did you use? I really could not remember. Sorry for that. But what oils did you use for the first, second, and third round?
At first, I wanted to represent her personality, that she was a sweet, kind girl, lavender with vanilla. Then the second round, I wanted to use a little bit more, let's say, like sexy, which you also used also in the perfumery. It was jasmine mix with patchouli. So I wanted also a little bit more like, I don't know, where you're feeling connected with someone. So when you're, I don't know, like which is also in the publicity from the perfumes, that there's a woman who's spraying a little bit of perfume, and then everyone's like the film perfume, that everyone is going crazy about that. And in the end, it was incense, but with orange. The incense because it represents her. Her soul, which is not beautiful anymore, but I wanted to use a little bit of more fruity because it's the last round, that it's not getting too heavy, too hot, too. So in the end, I was also thinking about catheter.
Oh, okay.
But that was a little bit too much for me. It was like, so, it's a really strong smell. But in the last round, I think when you're also like an Aufguss master and also the guests who are fighting for their life because it's getting more hot, and then you're using like a smell which is a little bit more like, wow. So I didn't want to use that one.
Yeah, that makes sense. If you're saying that, it makes absolutely sense. Yeah, really nice. And did you expect it, honestly, to have a chance to get on the podium or something this year? Or what was your expectations
No,
before?
neither, really neither. So I like all the year. I enjoy it. I want to give my best. And then, yeah, if it's going well, then it's really, really nice. And otherwise, it is like it is. And how I also said, it's not that the stories are then thrown away because you worked for that and you created a story. So
Absolutely not. And especially now it's not waste because now you have to prepare for the VM. I'm not sure if you still started to prepare your Aufguss for the VM. Did you still think about if you are adjusting something or do you will change something or how's your idea so far?
yeah, now it's a little bit more difficult also to start with the preparations because the sauna is still not ready yet.
Still not ready. Paolo told me last week that it's getting ready, or it is ready. The oven is there, the benches should be there. They had some problems with lights, I don't know, but it's not ready yet. Okay.
It's getting ready, but it's not ready that you can say now you're going like 2 hours with the car there and have a look at everything. So okay, you can think about it, but I want to really have a look at it when it's really, really finished. So
That makes
for
sense.
some kind of things it's still difficult, but it doesn't also then make sense to make adjustments and then to remake adjustments. So I it's still time, so we have July and
True.
it's in September. So
True.
what I'm also doing now is with a little bit more film that I'm putting the film behind.
Ah, okay, so is there a screen? Will there be a screen in the sauna? Yeah, there will be, or?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes,
Ah,
yes.
okay. Cool.
And waving technique. And I was also thinking to do infusion with hoi. I don't know how to say it in
Ah,
English.
dried grass, yeah. I think dried
Yeah,
grass. I think
yeah.
everyone hopefully knows.
But I think
Okay.
they can imagine what the cows are eating.
Ah, okay, cool. Yeah, maybe that's a question because the sauna is not ready, but do you still have a measurement or a plan how the sauna should like? Because I think especially for the preparation, you need also like a plan because you have, I think, the advantage that you're living close by to Verona and it's much more
Mhm.
easier maybe to go there for a visit. But if you're, I don't know, in Czech Republic or in Japan, you didn't have the chance easily going there and have a look. So how does it normally work that you get something from the Aufguss VM in preparation? Or maybe you can explain that to me and the audience.
Exactly. So you normally get under the PDF with all the meters and everything. But I think because the sauna is still not ready, they can also not now give you any more information. So I know it that it's round, that it's big, that it has also like a podium, and that there is the screen. So, but the
Okay.
rest we will see. But there is also time because I don't think it doesn't matter if I know it now or if I have to wait still for like 3 weeks. So there's still some time left.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So then I wish you on this process then good luck, and I'm happy
Thank
to
you very
see you
much.
at the VM. So we will
Are
see
you
us for
coming?
sure, and then I'm coming the
Yeah.
whole week. Yes.
Cool.
And yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So maybe we're also doing some podcast there. We'll see. I'm in discussion with
Ooh.
Paolo right now. So we'll see what we can do. But yeah, I'm happy to see. And then I can compare it if I see the changes you will made. So cool. What maybe I'm like to know, what is, if you're looking back now to the champion or to the win this year in 2022, what would you say is the difference between 2022 and 2025? Or is there a difference from winning this year and 3 years ago comparing to that?
You mean for like the increasement, the
For,
progress,
no,
or
for yourself. No, I mean for yourself. So how, also, if you compare your win this year and your win the first time. So I would not say it's not getting normal that you, because it's the second time, but is there anything different, you would say, the feeling from winning this year compared to 3 years ago, or is it similar?
I think 2022, not appreciated it more, but I was more happy because it was the first time, and it was really, really unbelievable. And this time it was also really, really nice because there was also my husband there. So he came down to the finals, and it was also really nice because normally on the competitions there had never been like someone from my family, like the parents or my husband or my friends. And 2022 there was nobody of them, and everyone was a little bit sad about that. So the
Okay.
years after, some friends and also my father were came, but I did do nothing, let's say. And then finally this year's, at least I could celebrate it with my husband, and he was also inside. So this was really, really nice.
Okay, cool. So your family and friends need a lesson that you won one time without them, and then since then they're supporting you at each competition. Nice. That's cool. That's really cool. Okay, maybe let's go to the last topic because before we coming to the end, what I was seeing as I read an interview from you, I think 2022 after you won the first title, and you were giving some tips for people that going to the sauna, and I would ask you now the same question. So, what is for you? What would you give people for tips for going to sauna? What is important? What should they care about it? And what's also your opinion? What makes sauna special and good for people? That would be interesting for me.
So for me, let's say the most important advice is to feel to your body. So I think that's also more, let's say, a common thing by women. I think sometimes the men forgot that a little bit. So they are putting more the ego in front because I have to sit on the highest floor. I have to do the hottest Aufguss and the longest. And I think it's more like feel yourself. When you would like to do an Aufguss, go inside, choose also the floor which you are also feeling that day. Go outside if it's too much for you, drink a lot of water, take also your time to rest and also to cool down. When you're not feeling well, don't do it too much or don't even go. Just take a foot bath, for example, or do just a peeling or something. I think for me, it's just has to be a connection with your body that it's also relaxing. So sauna should be, for me, also being relaxing. Also when you're going to a party Aufguss or show Aufguss. But in the end, your body should be relaxed. That you're saying, wow, now I can sleep for like 9, 10 hours and I'm sleeping like a baby.
Okay. And what do you prefer if you go into a sauna as a guest? What's your preferred Aufguss or sauna type, steam bath, or what's your personal preference?
Steam bath, I don't like it at all because of the high humidity. I don't
Okay.
know. I like to take a peeling, but also only in the shower, not in the steam bath. Then it depends also if there is doing Aufgussbau sauna master. And also which type is the sauna master. So if there is a sauna master who can do really, really good with music playing. So I also love to see a modern classic Aufguss. So, but I also like to go in a sauna where there's nobody, which is really empty, that I hear nothing. So it depends. And afterwards, what I really, really like and love is to go into a cold water, into a sea, into a lake or something, or in a snow room. That's for me the topic in the end.
Okay. Really cool. Really cool. So you're also living in South Tyrol, and I had 2 weeks ago, or in the last episode, I had Armin Plagner also from South Tyrol, and I was asking him about how is the sauna developing in South Tyrol, because a lot of things are started there, and you have a lot of good resorts and saunas in South Tyrol, I would say. And also a lot of like 5-star hotels like Andreas and something. How do you see the sauna scene in South Tyrol? So since you started, what would you say developed or did it change or what are you observing about this?
Yeah, it developed, it increased a lot. I think a lot of hotels also understood that the wellness is important, that you also have a nice cabin, like a little event sauna, which they have now also in Quellenhof, in Andreas, they have it in Strobelhof, in Wiesenhof. So in this place where I'm working, there are so many hotels nearby, and I also have to say that there are also really good Aufguss masters. Some Aufguss masters are not just only South Tyrolean, there are also a lot of Florence people. I don't know why Florence people love so much the South Tyrol, and we're also happy to have them. It's also really, really nice that they're feeling good here. And
Honestly, I hear that the money is you get paid better in South Tyrol. That I think there are some areas, also in Germany and also in other countries, you're not really get well paid in the job. And as you said, maybe the resorts identified it as a development area to invest in a sauna. And if you invest in a sauna, I don't have to tell you, you have to invest in a sauna master, first of all, because without that, you cannot really deserve something nice for the people. And I think that's what I was saying. That's a reason. I hope that also they are supporting you when you're doing competitions and something like that. I think that's also not normal for a hotel that you get supported. But this is what I know from other people, that this is a good place to work for, or this area especially.
Yeah. But it's not just, let's say, about the money that you're earning a lot, but you're also spending a lot, because when you now compare everything what you have to pay for the bills here in South Tyrol, when I go down to Sicily, there are two different kinds. So if I have paid my house and everything, you have also to think about this. But I think the quality and everything, and this appreciates by the bosses, by the hotels and everything, you will get more in South Tyrol than in the rest of Italy, because it's also more common.
Yeah, good point. No, fair point what you said. It's true. Maybe it's the mix. Yeah, fair. Okay, cool. So then, before we closing the podcast for today, I have three last questions to you. The first one is, what was your weirdest or funniest moment in an Aufguss or during an Aufguss? Doesn't matter if as a guest or as a sauna master.
Okay, I would have now to tell a lot, but I just pick one. So we are
Take the
doing, like I
highlight.
said,
Take the highlight.
like I said before, we're doing mostly the Tiroler Aufguss, so the little bit of party. But then we said we're doing the first round that the guests don't get it. We're doing like a Brazilian Aufguss or a gladiator Aufguss. So we use the outfits and the music and everything. And after the first round, when there is the highest of the music, the sound, the music, and the lights are cutting off. Everything is shut down. No music, everything is dark for a few seconds. Then the lights are going on, but there is no music anymore. And the person who is inside is trying to do it like, oh, what is happening now? We have some technical problems, so sorry. And is running outside of the sauna. In the end, there are other Aufguss masters who are already prepared in the dirndl, in the more Tyrolean clothes, and are waiting for the second round that is starting with the Tyrolean Aufguss, with the music. And we have two entries. We have the main entry downstairs for the guests, and we have upstairs another entry. But this entry is only for us staff, and there's also written, only staff, please don't use the entry. And there was a little bit an older man, so he was not anymore, let's say, how do you say? He was not the youngest person, so he was a little bit confused. And he has seen that we wanted to go inside, and he still had his bikini on, his string. It was not a bath suit normally, it was really like a string, which the Italian boys normally have. And he was like, do you go now inside? And we were inside, but we didn't thought that he was also going inside. So he went in front of us, and we were like waiting, and was like, what was happening now? Then we opened the door, he was behind, and everyone was looking up to him. There were like 100 people inside. There was also a spot on him. He was then putting his panties away. He didn't have any towel or anything. then he sneaked down the stairs, and he was on the 4th or 5th floor, and he put his slipper, his tanga, his swimsuit there, and he was sitting there with the legs crossed, just like a tiny mouse. Don't look at me anymore. I just want to look the show. And I can remember this Aufguss was so hot. It was really fucking hot. And I think also the sauna benches, they got so hot that he burned himself a little bit his ass because he was only sitting on this little tiny panty.
Okay, that's a really good one.
Yeah.
That's a really good
so
one.
we made an Aufguss with an unknown older man in his slippers.
Nice. Okay, the second one. Do you have any plans for yourself where you would develop yourself in the sauna area? Is there something you are planning for the future?
Not really. I think maybe in the next years I will also participate on different styles of championships, not only Aufguss WM. I also like to do the modern classic live music, which did already Rob Kaiser in the Warterhof, and also this year it was in the beautiful Eliza in Belgium.
I heard about it, yeah. Must be amazing.
So yeah, it's really, really nice. Like, and everyone just who loves music, so there are also people who are playing live in the sauna, so it's really, really kind of nice. It's something different. And also, like, for the Master of Freestyle, so the Battle of the Gladiators, I think there are now coming more and more different championships where then you can also look a little bit, what do you like more, what is your style.
What's about Hurdle Cup?
I find it nice, but it's nothing for me. I don't think that I have a lot of knowledge. I like it if someone feels these things to do with herbs and everything. I appreciate it as to do it as a guest, but this is one category which I couldn't connect myself with it. So
Okay, then we will see what you will show us in the future. Cool. And then the last question. So imagine you have a sauna, a big one like Thermobuslo or like an Aqua Dance. It's yours, and there's a big screen. And you have the chance to put a message there what will be spread to all people who visit the sauna. What would be the message you would like to spread to people?
Only to the guests or sauna masters?
To everyone who's joining the sauna. Everyone. Every person who's joining your cabin. Sauna master, guests, everyone.
If you can be anything, be kind.
That's a nice one. That was a nice sentence for the closing, I would say. So, Sarah, thank you so much for your time and for sharing so many informations with us. It was me a pleasure to have you here, and I'm looking forward to see you at the VM in Italy in September. And yeah, I wish you all the best. Good luck for the preparations, and then see you soon. Thanks a lot. Bist du noch da? Thanks for tuning in to Steam and Soul. If this story inspired you, share it with a friend, follow the show, and leave us a rating on your favorite podcast app. It helps more sauna lovers find the space, and it keeps the steam alive. Until next time, sweat, talk, and connect. You've been listening to Steam and Soul, where the heat lingers and the stories stay with you. Until next time, stay steamy, stay soulful.